Okay, so I've created these imp1 tables and job tables a couple of times. I'm not going to do it again. So I'm using my other account where I have all the data entered. Though I do realize that I had it named incorrectly there. So let me show you a little quick SQL. You don't necessarily be tested on this, but this is DDL, Data Definition Language. It's an alter table command. I'm going to alter the table imp1 to rename the column imp code to imp num, like it was supposed to be originally. I haven't actually executed this yet. Let's see if it works. There we go. Alright, so good news. Just to double check it, I don't know. I know the lab's talked about this. I don't think I've shown it in Oracle. You can use this describe command. It's not. This is going to vary from DBMS to DBMS, but describe's typically a command you have available to you. It's not necessarily strictly SQL, but as you can see, it does look like it's correct now. So I have a table called imp1, and it's imp num is the primary key. Notice it's not null, so that was taken care of for me too. Just to re-emphasize that whenever you make something primary key, it will automatically not be nullable. Anyway, what I want to show you is this next part of your lab real quick. There's a couple ways you can go about proving that you did the correct number of rows. I'm just going to show you the answer to this one because I want everybody to do it right. I would have accepted all kinds of different ways of showing it with selects, but what you should do is this: select, count, star, from, and then the table's name. So we'll do imp1 first. Run it. This is called an aggregate command. Notice I only have 9. Is that correct? I think that is correct, actually. I have 9. What this is saying is that I'm selecting a list of columns, but in this case it's not a list of columns, it's an aggregate command. Whenever you have these aggregate commands, you should typically only have one value returned. What it's counting is that star saying that anything that's not null on that particular row will increment the count by 1. If you do a star on a table that has a primary key, and all the tables you should be working with in this class should have primary keys. It's impossible in theory to create one without a primary key, so that everything could be null in a row. I think that's probably, I never do it, so I'm not even sure. But a table with a primary key for every record will definitely have something on the row that's not null, so it will get caught up in the count. Basically, long and short, count star will tell you how many records there are in the table. So you could have you could have done this alternatively. You could have done this select star, which will show you every column and every record because there's no where clause. There's a lot of questions about it. I'm saying this way for a certain reason. Star is the list of columns and other things you can have in a select. Star means every column from table name, and then where will restrict the number of records you have. If you don't have a where right here on this line, then you're not going to restrict the number of records you get, so you get them all back. So if you did a select star from imp1 and that was it, you would see all the data in the table basically, and you can see this over here is Oracle. This is not part of the data. It's counting how many records there are. You can see that there's 9, right? But really, when anybody asks you how many of there are of something in a query, you should automatically think count parentheses star, because that's used all kinds of times. So I don't think it's a secret that for job you would just change the table name and you get, I think it's what, 11. Except I forgot to use the count. So aggregate function count, not cout, but count. I swear to God. And count star, that means again anything that's not null on the table will make that increment on that row. So basically it just counts up all the records. And if you check, I think it says, let's see, run appropriate, what is it? 9 rows of imp table and 11 rows of job table. So that's how you do that one. This is only 5 minutes, so let's see what else we want to talk about here. I think that's it for now. I'm going to show you some other future videos, some more SQL that you should know at this point.